I'm going to do a quick little review of two of my favorite watches right now. You go into forums and you read back and forth about Rolex versus Omega, the Planet Ocean versus the Submariner. In my possession now, I do have both. I have a Z Series Rolex Submariner from 2007 in really good shape, and a Omega Planet Ocean 8500 that is about 6 months old. You can see these things are both in mint condition, both relatively similar in pricing. Maybe the Rolex is a tad more these days. I want to kind of give a little comparison. Now the Omega is a 42 millimeter, whereas the Rolex is the older 40 millimeter size, more preferable as well. And it's the non-date version on the Rolex. So first I'll take off the Omega. This does have the more popular and more advanced 8500 movement in it. Good way to tell is that you have your see-through case back on here with the beautiful movement. The bracelet's very heavy, very thick. It's also a thicker case than what you're going to see on the Rolex as well. The raised numerals as well on the 8500 you don't have on the 2500. You'll notice this thing again wears really, really big compared to what you'll see with the Rolex. So you can see it on the wrist here. Definitely a really nice watch. I love wearing this thing with jeans. I also have a NATO strap that I generally wear with it. And it's just pretty versatile, so you could do a lot with it as well. But, you know, as far as dressing up with a suit, you know, a lot of folks like to put their watches under the cuff of their dress shirts. This is pretty difficult to do that because of the thickness of this guy. You look at the Rolex. Again, you can see this is a much smaller watch in comparison. Again, pretty popular size. You see most people wearing these things these days. But if you look right next to each other, definitely a pretty big difference in size. We'll get a good look here of the thickness difference here too. I like the Rolex, where, you know, I definitely wear this more in dressy occasions, but it again is another versatile watch. This is one of the few watches that I do prefer wearing on the bracelet. I know it's the older style, it's lightweight, but it's really comfortable. It doesn't really show scratches that much. I feel like the Omega does show a little bit more scratches than what the Rolex does. But all said and done, this is a more comfortable bracelet, albeit not as heavy, doesn't have as much wrist presence. I'll put them both on the wrist. You got to get an idea of what they look like, you know, as far as the size difference here. You can kind of see it's a pretty big difference. Again, you'll see on the wrist. Yeah, I'd love to hear your input. Thanks for watching.